Hi, and welcome to the overview of the ETA app, a product of Cheetah Timing. The ETA app is a patented application that provides runners, cyclists, walkers, and others their projected finish time during a race or event, as well as providing them their required pace for remaining intervals throughout their event to allow them to hit their goal finish time, which I'll talk about later on in this overview. After loading the app, here's the icon. Brings you to our home page. The home page has a guide to our web and also a calendar icon here to set up new events. Going over to the guide, this provides you an overview of all the contents of the application, very detailed. And then over here we have where you set up the event, the name, location, the date, the distance, the number of intervals, and look-back intervals, which I'll talk about later on. Those are part of the patented function of the app, and also your desired finish time. And down here, I suggest that the users do choose to have the phone and the Apple Watch, if you have the watch, to vibrate at the end of each mile or kilometer to alert the user to look at their data and to see how they're doing. And once you've created an event, it shows up here under Created Events, and here it is. And then after you've completed the event, this is also a separate event, and I'll talk about that a little later after we've run through an event itself. So you're at the starting line, the gun goes off, you hit go. This brings you into ETA mode and chronometer mode. First of all, you have your goal finish time and your target pace, which are static and provide ongoing feedback to the user as to what they punched in, as to their goal time and the subsequent target pace. The ETA mode has the current pace, which is instantaneous pace, which is not used for the projected finish time. I'll talk about that later. And then here's the ETA mode, which does provide the projected finish time at the end of every mile or kilometer. This is all GPS enabled, so you can do this anywhere. You can do this in a training event anywhere in the world. And this functionality uses a smooth average function, part of the patent, to provide you your ongoing projected finish time. And then at the end of each interval, you can compare what the ETA is compared to your goal finish time, and see how you're doing relative to your goal. And over here it shows you the delta between the two, or the difference between the two. And then based on that information, the app, the other patented function, is the required pace, so that it tells you for the remaining intervals how fast the pace needs to be for those remaining intervals in order to hit your goal finish time. So if you're ahead of schedule, if you're running faster than you need to hit your goal finish time, the time down here will actually be a little slower than the target pace. And conversely, if you're behind schedule or behind your pace to hit goal finish time, the required pace here will be faster or less than the target pace here. So you can dial in your pace early and often. It's like having a running partner right next to you to dial in your pace and have excellent energy management throughout the event. And after, if you want to take a water break or other break during the event, you can hit pause. It'll ask you again in case you bumped it by mistake, do you want to hit pause? And here we'll say no. And down here you can mark it finished after you finish the race, after you cross the finish line. And I'll come back to that in a minute. And then the other mode is a chronometer mode. It shows a number of intervals in tenths of a mile or kilometer. The average pace, again, that's part of the patent. We use a smooth average pace function. And in there, the users can choose how many look-back intervals they want to use to calculate their average pace, which is used in the projection of the projected finish time, or the ETA. And the details of that is on the website. And here's your total elapsed time, and then your current mile or kilometer, or your split. And this will pause at the end of each interval for 7 seconds so you can see how fast you ran your last interval. Okay, and so lastly then, so you've crossed the finish line, you want to mark it finish, yes, we're done, and it confirms it. So the active events is now blank. The active event has been moved over here to the completed events. And I'm going to show you, now this was static, so I'm going to show you a better example where 6 miles were covered. And here it shows, this was in the car, so my pace was obviously much faster than running. But for the purposes of this presentation, it shows you the splits of each mile, shows you your goal time, your actual time, and the delta between the two. And again, where the race was, and again, this all can be saved to your computer. And feedback from several users saying, I do a certain run several times a month or a week and I don't want to recreate the event every single time. Can you simplify that for me? And so you hit this, and it populates all the data of that same event, and you just need to put in the date. We'll choose today's date, create event, it confirms it's been done, you go to active events, and there it is, and you're ready to go for your next event. So again, what this also has feature for your feedback to the runner or coaches or others, it gives a line graph of your pace per interval. Again, this would show kilometers if you were doing kilometers instead of miles. Hit it again, and you can email it to yourself or a coach or others. And this PDF not only includes a line graph, but that chart that we saw earlier of the splits per interval. All of this is also mailed in a PDF format. A couple other features coming up on the watch are wireless alerts to the user, verbal alerts via a wireless connection to earbuds. Provides ETA variance from your goal time to your projected time, as well as your required pace. And that verbal alert would be done at the end of each interval, just like on the watch on the iPhone here. And then we're also going to be having a scalable map showing the completed run with the pins showing each interval. And this is feedback from a user who travels extensively and wanted to remember where he ran in the world. So you can save all of those runs to your computer, or you can keep it on your phone as well. And then we'll also have number of steps, walking or running. You input the gait length for your run or walk, and then this tracks the number of steps. Those are coming up shortly and at no charge to people who download the app. And then we are also going to be having a heart rate monitor functionality, so you can track your heart rate and also save that same data to the phone or to your computer. And then lastly, it's fully compatible with the Apple Watch. And when you go to your applications, there is the cheetah icon. It syncs up to your phone, and there's the race. And there it is there if you want to start the race. And this is for active events. And then you can hit go here instead of on your phone. You can use your watch. It's fully compatible with the iPhone, the same functionality, same basic functionalities. And you hit go, and you're off and running. And there it goes. That's the ETA mode, and that's the chronometer mode. And you'll notice when I hit 1, it switches over here too. Or if I switch it over here, it switches on the watch. So they're fully integrated as well. Well, thank you for your time. Any questions, please look us up at etatiming.com. Thank you.